Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Eating in Harmony with Nature, the Integumentary System. Our presenter this evening is Dr. Kaushik, the owner and chief medical practitioner of Dr. Kaushik's Ayurvedic and Naturopathic Clinic located in Cross River, New York. He's one of the most experienced Ayurvedic physicians in North America and the founder of the Institute for the Advancement of Ayurvedic Sciences, a research and teaching institution. Dr. Kaushik's next presentation is Eating in Harmony with Nature, the Muscular System. This online program will take place on Tuesday, April 8th from 7 to 8 p.m. You can register on our library's calendar or by emailing me, donald@adults@paulinglibrary.org. Tonight's lecture is being recorded. All participants' audio will be turned off until the end of the program, and at that time you'll be able to ask Dr. Kaushik questions. A recording of tonight's program will be available upon request. Thank you again, Dr. Kaushik.
Thank you, Don, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening. So the series of these lectures started a few years ago as a tool to provide some assistance in taking care of yourself. And if something is, again, this does not replace your medical care or a visit to your doctor. So in case there is something more serious, you should or you must seek the help of a medical professional, a healthcare professional, your doctor, whoever you see. But again, we are providing those just because there are few things we do by ourselves, like eating healthy food, eating certain herbs, or having specific fruits and vegetables to keep ourselves healthy, and that is the intent. And again, we are in Cross Rivers. Anyone who have any question or wanted to go something more deeper, give us a call, and we will be trying to answer all the questions you have. So today's lecture is about the integumentary system. Integumentary system, as the name says, is the outer shell of the body, the outer covering of the body, and everything, all the organs, doesn't matter how important they are, they're all and within the boundary of the integumentary system. This is the skin, is a protective layer. It's the outermost protection of the body, the first line of defense for the body. And so when you're looking at the body itself, look at what is the integumentary system. It is the largest organ of the body, consisting of skin, hair, nail, and also the exocrine glands. Basically, we call them the sweat glands. So skin includes the epidermis, outer layer, dermis, the middle layer, and the hypodermis, which is the subcutaneous tissue. Hair found in follicle extending into the dermis, providing protection and sensory output. And so since we're talking about hair, we're finding this is the only thing coming from the layer under the skin. And any individuals who we find may have a lot of ama or toxins, which usually are fat soluble. The hair test actually gives a good indicator, is a good indicator to find out what kind of heavy metals and how much is present in person's fat. So this actually acts like a like a biopsy. Basically, that's also but then done by taking few cells by needle. But in this case, if you have hair close to the surface of the skin, or usually we take from scalp, found a good indicator, and then good results. Nails made of keratin, protecting fingertips and enhancing precision. Exocrine glands, which is sweat, acrine and apocrine. Sebaceous glands or sebaceous oil, basically ceruminous, and mammary glands. So looking at all these things, this is what makes the integumentary system. But we are more looking into the skin today, just the outer one, the epidermis, and see what happens there if someone have a condition. And if there is a disease or condition of abnormality, imbalance, then how do we correct that? So goal is to bring the balance and harmony. The function, like I said, the main function is the protection outside. Acts as a physical barrier against pathogens, ultraviolet radiation, and mechanical injury, and prevents fluid loss and environmental contaminants from entering the body. So this is the first line of defense, outer shell. Inside we have mucous membrane. That's what we consider as the first line of defense because it protects the organ systems. Thermoregulation, maintains body temperature through sweat production and blood vessel dilation or constriction. So again, when we are sweating or not sweating, that is something is very, very important for the body. Vitamin D synthesis, as we all know, the vitamin D synthesis is basically in the skin with the help of sunlight. So skin synthesizes vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, essential for bone health and for many other functions. Basically, it's really important for life. So basically, what we if we call ourselves solar powered, we won't be wrong because vitamin D is made in only in the presence of sunlight, and so that's where the yoga and the Surya Namaskar comes, exposing 30% of body for 30 minutes, 3 times a week, makes plenty of vitamin D. Otherwise, what you are seeing in the modern world, almost everyone is deficient in vitamin D, and vitamin D is required. But again, skin is very, very important for that. Excuse me. Sensation contains nerve endings that detect touch, pain, temperature, and vibration. So skin is the only organ, which is highly innervated with the nerve endings and also with the blood capillaries. So every part of the skin have blood capillary. Wherever you prick, you'll find blood, and also the nerve endings are there. So basically, the sensation is extremely important function. Immune defense provides the first line of defense with antimicrobial peptides and immune cells like Langerhans cells. Wound healing facilitates healing through processes like inflammation, proliferation, and tissue remodeling, which we know. Homeostasis regulates fluid balance, so that is also very, very important, prevents dehydration. So few things which are extremely important for the body and for the skin, like the last one, the hydration. So if dehydration is preventing, fluid is very, very important for maintenance of the skin. Vitamin D is extremely important for the maintenance of the skin. So if you want healthy skin, we need to have plenty of fluid and plenty of vitamin D. Why is it important? Basically, integumentary system is vital for survival as it protects internal organs, supports immune function, regulate temperature, and provide sensory feedback. So basically, all the organs, doesn't matter how important they are in this boundary of the integumentary system, the skin. If the skin is not there, then probably will that there's nothing to keep hold them inside. So it is holding every organ of the body at its place. Reflects overall health with conditions like jaundice or dehydration often visible on the skin. So, skin is the first indication of person's health, or in many places we consider as the first indication of liver's health. So, in case of jaundice, is the liver, and then again dehydration, which I see wrinkles. But in so in generally, when you look at the person's health, how the skin is, again, skin is real skin, not with all the cosmetics. That indicates how the person's health is. So a healthy, vibrant, shiny, elastic skin is an indicator the person is healthy inside. All the organs are working properly. Vitamin D formation is proper. Nutrients are there, and person have enough uh, fluid inside. But basically, the hydration is there. Plus the conversion of the food what we eat converts into body fluid after taking all the extracts from the nutrients from the food, and also after the fluid it becomes turned the extract of that turns into blood to tissue to fat to bone to bone marrow. So that extraction comes if someone have a good metabolism, which means body metabolizes all the nutrients, all the food we eat, and the conversion takes place, the transformation of food into the usable form of energy. That requires heat also, that requires what we call the agni, the temperature inside. That is why 98.6 degrees is very, very important. And each step of the conversion requires a specific temperature. So heat is very important. So that brings us to the Panch Mahabhut theory of Ayurveda, the five great elements, which means there are space, air, uh, then fire, water, and earth. These are five elements. So in generally, when we're looking at the skin health, we require the space, air, and the fire. These three are very, very important, even though water is also important. So for Skin health, all five are important because we do need the elements. But again, is important, air is important, space is important, water is important, and so basically these are the five elements. When we combine those, we come with the three doshas. We call them the body type or body constitution. Space and air makes the Vat dosha, which control all the movement. Fire and water makes the Pitta dosh, which is all the metabolism, all the transformation, also all the enzymes, all the hormones. And the water and the earth makes the Kapha dosh, which gives the structure. So the bones, ligaments, tendons, muscles, what will look like actually comes from the structure, come from the cuff, the metabolism, hormones, they come from the pith, and the circulation come from the vat. So these three elements are there. So when we look at all this balance, that is extremely, extremely important. So we need to have the balance. All three doshas in balance are really, really good. But in most of the time, one of these is controlling or more abundant in our own life or in our own body, then makes us the more dominant Pitta, more dominant Kapha, more dominant Vata, and then look at the secondary ones. So usually when we are mentioning, we call the first two Pitta Vata, Pitta Kapha. So in that case, we know first which one is the first, which one is second, and then whatever is left is the third one. So doshas are energetic forces derived from the five universal elements. They govern physical, mental, and emotional health. Again, each person has a unique dosha constitution influencing their skin and the body health. So, depending upon if it's Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. So, Vata have more cold and dry skin. Pitta will have more oily, hard skin, more vibrant. Kapha will have shiny, but again, basically, some could be a little cold depending upon how the metabolism is. If the pith is not strong enough, then the cuff will accumulate more fat under the skin. So depending upon, but again, for Vat, again similar thing because Vat is very dry. Vat is only air. In that case, we require more lubricants. You want to make sure person is hydrating himself or herself, and they're using different oils for the massages. So depending upon the treatment is also different. The three doshas are at different time and different age. So time is extremely important. Time of life, time of day, time of season. So in this case, the cuff is the childhood. So birth to about 15, 16 years of age, the kapha is in abundance. So that's why we usually see little chubby babies because the kapha is the growth and the child growth very fast. So all the growth and structure is being built at that time. Okay. And same thing with the Pitta, roughly about 17 to 60 is the Pitta time. More energy, strength. So they're able to basically, it's a ripened age where we are strong, we are more vibrant. After that, we start drying up and the Vata comes. So Vata, like I said, dry. So the 60 and above comes the Vata age. In the daytime, the morning 6 to 10 a.m. is the kapha time. 10 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon, lunchtime is pitta time. And then the evening 2 to 6 a.m., 2 to 6 p.m. is the vata time. Then the cycle repeats again. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the kapha time. 10 to 2 is pitta time. 2 a.m. To 6 a.m. is the kapha is the vata time. So vata time, if you look at the dusk and dawn, 2 to 6 a.m., 2 to 6 p.m. is a time to connect because that controls movement. Connecting means yoga, exercise, tai chi, whatever you do, physical movement is perfect at the time. Most more to go close to sunset, sunrise is good. So 5 to 6 a.m., 5 to 6 p.m. is perfect timing. Pitta is there to transform the energy. So lunchtime is roughly about 12 o'clock. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 10, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. That's a perfect time to eat lunch. Same principle applies in the evening. 10 to 2, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is a time for transformation, which means all the repairs are done at that time. So I always tell my patient that is a time that you should be in the bed in deep sleep. So 9:30, we should be in the bed. If you're sleeping by 10 o'clock, the repair crew comes between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. All the damage done during the day is repaired. Whereas the construction is made 6 to 10 a.m., time to nourish ourselves, 6 to 10 p.m. So 6 to 10 a.m. closer to the morning, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is a perfect time for breakfast. Same thing in the evening, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, before 8 o'clock actually is perfect time for dinner. So supper should be 6 to 8. After 8 o'clock, getting late. Reason being, we should give ourselves at least 2 hours before we go to bed. So if you're planning to go to bed about 9:30, we should be done with our dinner by 7:30. So these 2 hours, where few minutes you can walk. If it's summer and good weather, you can maybe walk outside, but at least walk about 100 yards in the house. So in that case, we just now don't want to go to bed immediately after eating. So the food should be digesting when we go to the bed. So we're looking at the same, the element, space and the air, dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, mobile. And so basically talking about the skin, dryness, thickness, thinness, fine wrinkles, prone to cracking and roughness. Whereas basically when the vata is out of balance, that's what we're looking for. Pitta, looking for the fire and water. Hard, sharp, light, oily. Skin characteristic, warm toned. Skin prone to sensitivity, redness, acne, rashes when out of balance. So basically, that is something we want to be looking for. When it comes to kapha, earth and water, heavy, slow, oily, and dense person. And the skin is thick with tendency towards oiliness and clogged pores when in out when in well, when in imbalance. So basically, anytime we look at this is something we are prone to. Vata is more prone to dry, Pitta is to hot, and all the conditions which are produced with the heat. Kapha is slow and sluggishness, so thick. Then we need to be thinking about reverse. When Vata is dry and dispersing, we're looking for something warm and oily. When Pitta is oily and hot, we're something looking for cooling and hydrating. When something is, or when Kapha is thick and more oily, clogged, they're looking for more warming, but also oily but warming, like Pitta. So we want to increase more heat inside the body. Ultimate goal is to improve the circulation because Kapha tends to become sluggish. So circulation is not that great. So you want to sweat. There are abhyangas, massages that are helpful, and we like to use warming oils or sharp oils in case of deep penetrating oil or bitter oils. For example, if somebody is obese and a lot of fat accumulation in the skin, then mustard oil is recommended just because it's bitter oil. We do not use sweet oils at the time. Never coconut oil for kapha. Whereas pitta, if the pitta is feeling very, very hot, then we tend to use either a balanced oil, which is sesame seed oil, or we may use almond oil. But again, in the summer, coconut oil will be of preference because it's very cooling. For vata, which is dry, almond oil will be good. Sesame seed oil will be good. So sweet oils, which are also nourishing, but no bitter oil because bitter oil will burn whatever fat they have left and they cannot afford losing any more fat because they're already vata, dry, and wrinkles start coming. So like increase like when doshas are balanced, skin is healthy, hydrated in case of vata, clear in case of pitta, and free from excess oil in case of kapha. When everything is clear, mind is calm yet focused, body systems function optimally. Imbalance leads to disease, which called vikriti, and that is what we need to bring it to balance. So for the cool, balance is hot, like in case of pitta. Moist balance is dry in case of vata, which I already mentioned. Light balance is heavy in case of kapha. So in that case, the diet also have to be accordingly as the oils used for massage, abhyanga, application internally and externally both. Food is medicine if taken in proper quantity and to stay healthy. Otherwise, medicine eventually becomes the food. We see that all the time. So there are individuals who take so many medicines just because they're not taken care of themselves for some reason or the other. But here we are talking about the food as medicine. So if we take the good ahar, good well-balanced food, we stay healthy. Fruits, ripe bananas, berries, mangoes, cooked apples, vegetables, cooked root vegetables, squash, sweet potatoes. So Cooked the root vegetables are really, really good for the body. Look at the carrot, radishes. We're looking at um, sweet potatoes, not the regular potatoes that much. We're also looking at the beetroot, really, really good. Grains, basmati rice, oats and wheat. Millets are also good. Uh, Protein, eggs are okay. Nuts are really good, especially almonds, soaked almonds. Chicken, if you really need to have, then look for organic. Basically, then just make sure they are coming from local butcher shop and we do not use any preservatives. That is what the biggest problem is in the meat industry. So dairy, warm milk, golden milk is good. If you want to add saffron in the golden milk, will be even perfect. Ghee and yogurt. Again, look for a farm where you can get the raw milk. Spices, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, cumin. Again, I like to add saffron. Avoid raw vegetable, dry foods, and caffeine. So caffeine as little as possible. So if you really, really have to have maybe half a cup in a day, but not more than a cup, especially for the Vata individuals and Pitta individuals, because both cannot afford dryness and also something which is very, very sharp. Again, it put a lot of stress, basically puts the liver in the overdrive and stimulates the liver. But raw vegetables, same thing, because when you chew the raw vegetable, it turns into small crystals unless you are a really good chewer. You chew like a cow until it becomes a paste. And so when you saute the vegetable, they are a little softer. So when you try to bite them, crush them, they just turn into a mushy paste. And that's what we need for extraction of the nutrients. Uh, So looking at the pita, sweet fruits like pears, melons, grapes, vegetables, leafy green, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, grain, basically same, basmati rice, wheat and oats, protein, tofu, white meat, chicken, turkey. Again, the almonds will also be good. We don't use pistachios, but walnuts will be good. Dairy, milk, ghee, yogurt. More yogurt is the better. Coriander is cooling, fennel is cooling, cilantro, mint, all there are cooling spices. If you like spicy food, then you can use black pepper. The cayenne pepper are hot by nature, so pitta individuals, even though they attracts like they like the pepper, but again they should be using the black pepper. Avoid spicy, sour, and salty food, and the nightshade. Looking at the kapha, basically vegetables, apples, berries, uh, pomegranates, dried fruits, vegetables, leafy green, cruciferous vegetables, asparagus, grain, barley, very cooling, and buckwheat, millet, quinoa, proteins, legumes, tofu, white meat, chicken. There is small amounts of goat milk, and lassi is good, which is a yogurt drink. So they need good probiotic. And lassi comes in sweet and the salty. So salty is better, no sweet, not much sweet for them, even though kapha likes sweet. Spices, ginger, black pepper, turmeric, cumin, garlic. These are good spices. Avoid heavy, oily, and sweet foods, excessive dairy. So limited amount. So plants and herbs for skin health. Looking at the Ayurveda emphasizes using natural plants and herbs to address skin issues by balancing internal doshas. Herbs are selected based on their ability to calm inflammation, nourish tissue, and detoxify the body. Skin health is viewed holistically, addressing both external symptoms and internal imbalances. So, like I said, when we see the person's skin, it also indicates how the body is internally. When the skin is healthy, shiny, vibrant, and you don't see any growth when you see the person is healthy internally. But in some cases, like in case of liver health, somebody is jaundice, then you can see the skin is all yellow, and basically external appearance tells what is happening inside the person. Aloe vera deeply hydrates and soothes dry, irritated skin, rich in vitamins and enzymes that promote cell regeneration. Ashwagandha is a adaptogen, rejuvenates dry skin by improving elasticity and reducing signs of aging. balances Vata's cold and dry qualities. Licorice root nourishes and softens the skin while reducing pigmentation caused by dryness. Practical use, basically apply aloe vera gel directly to the skin for hydration and use ashwagandha infused oils or creams for anti-aging benefits. We also like to use triphala because gut health is extremely important. And when individuals take triphala is a rasayan. A rasayan have a definition. This key rasa is basically is used to jara vyadhi vinashanam. Rasayan iti abhidhiyate. So jara basically means is the aging process, old age. So triphala is used is an anti-aging supplement, and also vyadhi is for used for any disease, and most of the diseases started from the gut, so it's really good for the gut health, digestive system health. So triphala is also, if somebody have constipation, make sure you take care of that first by either taking triphala, by taking isabgol, by taking more fiber in your diet, making sure you hydrate yourself, drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water, or maybe use beetroot, magnesium. So a lot of supplements and or foods are helpful, but more fiber, dietary fiber are the best. So make sure no constipation. Okay. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that reduces redness and acne. Sandalwood is really cooling and basically perfect for skin, basically mainly for the pitta individuals. Cools and calms inflamed or sensitive skin, reduces blemishes and enhances complexion. Amla, which is the gooseberry, rich in antioxidants like vitamin C, detoxifies the skin and reduces heat-induced damage. So amla is, a small fruit. Considered that it has 20 times more vitamin C than orange. Really a rich source of vitamin C, which is really good for the skin health. So mixed turmeric, mixed turmeric with yogurt for a calming face mask, and apply sandalwood paste to soothe acne prone areas. So these things we can use, and turmeric is actually mostly everybody knows at this point because people use turmeric frequently. So turmeric tea and turmeric paste, turmeric toothpaste, all these are available and is used in cosmetic industry a lot. Neem antibacterial properties help clear clogged pores and reduce acne, controls excess oil production. Triphala, like I mentioned before, detoxifies the skin by removing toxins, promoting a clear complexion. Tulsi, holy basil, balances oiliness while purifying the skin, prevents infections with its antimicrobial effects. So tulsi, neem, and turmeric, they can be used antibacterial, antibiotic, antihistamine, and they're used basically in Ayurveda frequently. So if you have a injury, you put on the injury. If you take internally, that was an antibiotic. And also when the weather changes, we take them, and then they actually act as antihistamine, so the weather change will not affect. Use neem oil or face mask to control acne, and drink triphala tea to detoxify from within. So triphala is really, really good for detoxification. So these herbs balance all three doshas: saffron, gotukola, and giloy. So saffron brightens complexion by reducing pigmentation, rich in antioxidants like crocin. Gotukola, or we call Brahmi, boosts collagen production, improving elasticity and reducing scars. Giloy revives dull skin by reducing inflammation and promoting tissue repair. So add saffron strands to milk or face mask for radiance on the skin. Apply gotu kola infused creams to improve texture. And so you can prepare those by yourself. We prepare that on in our clinic. We don't usually keep ready-made, but we make based on the person. Different herbs are mixed together, extracted together, and we prepare those for the patient. Reason being, Ayurvedic medicine is a highly personalized system of medicine. Everything is put together, mixed together for the patient. Of course, nowadays, because how the industry is working, a lot of things are available in capsule form. But again, combinations actually work really great because finding an individual which have only one condition is not easy. Most of people have multiple conditions, so we had to combine things. Topical applications, herbal paste such as sandalwood or turmeric paste can be made or are available. Oils infused with herbs like neem or ashwagandha, so those are useful. Internal use, herbal teas like triphala tea, tulsi tea. You can make tulsi ginger tea. Combining those, and then we also use saffron a lot in teas. Supplements like amla capsules, ashwagandha powders are used. Face masks combining multiple herbs tailored to doshas, depending on the person. That's how the face masks are produced. And we also recommend different oils to be mixed with the face mask. Topical ointment treatments. So basically, use number one thing is hydration. In any condition, any disease, gut health is important, and then the hydration because having enough fluid is extremely, extremely important. So in that case, oils are central to Ayurvedic skincare for their ability to nourish, hydrate, and balance doshas. They penetrate deeply into skin, promoting healing and reducing dryness or irritation. And also, regular oil application in part of Abhyanga is really important. so that, excuse me, so that basically improves circulation, detoxifies the tissue, and calms the mind. Like I said, skin is the highest innervated organ with the nerves and the blood capillaries. So whatever you put on the skin goes into your bloodstream, into heart eventually, every tissue and every cell of the body, and also is connecting us with the nervous system. Vata skin is prone to dryness, roughness, and sensitivity due to its cold and dry quality. So the recommended oils: sesame oil, almond oil, avocado oil. Sesame oil is used for everybody. It's deeply nourishing and warming, ideal for daily massage. Almond oil, rich in vitamin E, hydrate dry skin while improving elasticity, so aging process. Avocado oil, packed with vitamin A, D, and E, rejuvenates dry skin and promotes the repair. So, warm sesame or almond oil before applying for better absorption. Use avocado oil as a nighttime moisturizer for intensive hydration. But for daily use, sesame seed oil actually works the best. And if somebody is getting to the aging process, then we may be combining both almond oil and sesame seed oil, and these both can be warmed. Look at the pitta, like I mentioned before, coconut oil, cooling and soothing, reduces inflammation and hydrates the irritated skin. Neem oil, antibacterial and cooling, ideal for soothing aggravated or acne-prone skin because you want to make sure there's no spread or the bacteria doesn't go any deeper and no infection. Sandalwood oil hydrates while calming redness, promotes relaxation with its earthy aroma. The application: apply coconut oil directly to inflamed areas for instant relief. And also you can use that for light massages. Mix neem oil with turmeric paste for acne prone or irritated skin. So we can be combining those together. Looking at the kapha, jojoba oil, rosehip seed oil, or cedarwood oil. So looking at the jojoba, lightweight and non-comedogenic, balances natural oil production. And also rosehip oil, be looking at the hydrate while improving elasticity, reduces acne scars or pigmentation. Cedarwood oil balances sebum production while detoxifying the skin. So use that again as a moisturizer, and also look at the cedarwood oil as a part of facial massage. So both are, you can mix them together. Then, but again, a good combination. So based on the individual's body type, if you use the oil, then you get much benefit. If you just don't you choose them, for example, if somebody is using a mustard oil on a vata person or pitta person will start burning. In vata person will actually lose more, create more wrinkles because you're losing more weight. It just burns the excessive fat. So in that case, we need to be using calming oil, for example, coconut oil on a pitta person. You don't want to use that on a vata and kapha person because vata and kapha both are cold by nature anyway. So when you're using the cold oil, they'll be freezing and so basically person will not be happy. So in that case, we choose oils based on the quality of the person matching the quality of the oil. And same thing applies to the foods, herbs. So if somebody is warm by nature, we use cooling oils, cooling foods, cooling fruits, cooling herbs. If somebody is cold by nature, we use warming oils, warming food, warming herbs. If somebody is dry and is by nature, then we use oily foods, oily and warming, those both combinations, especially in case of vata. Certain oils are beneficial for all doshas. There are three doshic. Looking at the argan oil, manjistha oil, and kumkumadi oil. So these three can be used for all three body types. Argan oil is antioxidant, hydrates while improving elasticity. Manjistha oil detoxifies the blood and promotes glowing skin. So we use that for many conditions also. Kumkumadi oil, a blend of Ayurvedic herbs, and that enhances complexion and reduces pigmentation. And those can be used as a facial nighttime serum or also daily massages if you like to. So these are the three doshic oils. Again, many time individuals will take them because like, some of the oils are expensive, and so will take those and then combine with the oil of their choice from for their dosha type. So Pitta probably may combine that either with the sesame or seed oil, or maybe the cooling oil like coconut oil. But Vata may combine that with almond oil, and so basically depending upon what we are using. Abhyanga is extremely important. The self massage we recommend every day. Warm the oil slightly before applying. Massage in circular motions over joints and long strokes on limbs, and leave on the body for about 20 to 30 minutes before bathing. So basically, early morning as a part of the daily routine. So one thing unique in Ayurvedic medicine, not only talk about sick individuals, but to maintain the health, but also talks about daily routine, the seasonal routine. So in that can based on the age, the routine changes. So as a daily routine, the dinacharya, abhyanga is must. And so then you leave that for 20, 30 minutes. And if you don't have time every day, then at least twice a week or at least on the weekend when you do have time, do the self massage, self the bhyanga, and then give yourself 20, 30 minutes before you take a shower. Spot treatment, applying neem or coconut oil directly to irritated areas. Use seed oil on scars or pigmentation. Facial care, mix almond or kumkumadi oil with aloe vera gel for hydration. Apply jojoba oil as a lightweight daily moisturizer. And then scalp treatment. Then you use the Brahmi or sesame seed oil. Usually we combine. So I prepare basically Brahmi and ashwagandha oil for the hair growth. And again, there are different combinations. But again, I use this just to enhance the memory because again, it just helps in the in the memory also. So Brahmi oil, ashwagandha oil. So for the growth, promote hair growth, I mix that with the Bringraj oil. Bringraj is really good for the hair growth. So I combine Brahmi or sesame seed with the Bringraj oil. So there's so many oils in Ayurveda, so we had to really see which one will be benefiting. Reduces dryness again generally for Vata without clogging pores, like in case of Kapha. Calms the inflammation, which is true in case of Pitta, while promoting healing in sensitive areas. Detoxify the skin by removing toxins from deeper layers, that is the purpose. So we want to make sure we clean that. The food which will be useful. So for the radiant and healthy skin. Fungal infections can cause redness, itching, and irritation on the skin. Certain foods have natural antifungal properties, which can help combat fungal overgrowth and promote healthy skin. So you look at the garlic, contains sulfur compound such as allicin, with potent antifungal properties, help fight candida and other fungal infections from within, can be consumed raw, cooked, or as a supplement. So when we are consuming raw, we always suggest that you put some oil on the bottom first and then crush the garlic in that oil because the oil of garlic evaporates very quickly. So if you're chopping that slowly, then oil mostly is gone. So we like to be it like to be crushed inside the oil. Coconut oil, rich in lauric acid, and looking at the caprylic acid, which inhibit fungal growth, can be used both internally, such as in cooking, and externally, like a moisturizer. So you can be using both. But again, we don't recommend that into tri-state area because the winters are so long, and especially for kapha individuals or vata individual. But during the summer, anybody can use that. In the winter, only the pitta individuals, kapha and vata already cold, and you don't want to use the cold oil. So turmeric olive oil contains curcumin, which has antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. Can be consumed in food or applied as a paste to affected areas. So when you're consuming internally, make sure you mix turmeric with some fat, with bromelain, or with black pepper. Otherwise, turmeric is not absorbed. Onions contain sulfur compound, an antioxidant that fight again fungal infection and bacteria. Can be added to meals or used topically as onion infused water for each skin. So in that case, practical tip mentioned here: add garlic and turmeric to soups or curries for daily antifungal benefits. Neem is also other thing which we can be used in different proportion and different combination. Coconut oil as a cooking oil also, and again we can apply directly on the body also. Milk thistle for liver health and basically toxic reduction, very, very important. So, liver plays a crucial role in detoxification, as we know, and milk thistle had to be found to be very good herb for that. Liver detoxification contains silymarin, an antioxidant that an antioxidant that protects liver cells from damage. So again, this is very, very useful. Skin benefit reduces inflammation associated with the acne or eczema by improving liver function, promotes clearer skin by aiding the removal of metabolic waste, which we call AMA. Hormonal balance helps regulate hormones by supporting liver detoxification pathways, reducing breakouts caused by hormonal imbalances. So, milk thistle, all the green leafy vegetables actually are very useful. So, I always suggest that the spinach, the turnip green, mustard green, collard green, all these are very, very useful. How to use: consume a tea or as a supplement capsule, or add powdered milk thistle seed to smoothie or oatmeal. So there are many ways, and again in the season we also find fresh, so why not use that? There's no side effect at all. So onions are rich in antioxidant and sulfur compound that provide multiple benefits for skin. So antioxidant benefit, quercetin is there, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, sulfur compounds are there, brightening effects are there. So there are phytochemicals, and onion can soften scars and brighten the complexion when applied topically. To use in diet, add raw onion to salads or cook them into soups. Cooking is probably better. Raw is not for everyone. Number one thing, kapha should not have raw. Number two things, if we do not chew everything properly, then it's not turning into a paste. Just chewing 3, 4 times and swallowing is not going to help. So if you chew properly and giving every tooth a chance to bite, you're chewing 32 times, then perfect. You can eat raw food, but not in the winter when it's cold and we don't chew properly. And so basically the sorted actually works better. Topical use: create an onion infused tea, boil onion skin and apply it with a cotton pad to scars or inflamed areas. That will definitely be helpful. Garlic and onion are often used together in Ayurvedic remedies due to their complementary properties. Both have antifungal, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory effects that help reduce acne breakouts or fungal infection. Their sulfur content aids in collagen synthesis, promoting elasticity and reducing wrinkles over time. Doesn't nothing happens in one day. So practical application: add garlic onion paste to soups or stews for internal detoxification, and use a garlic onion tonic topically on fungal prone areas like feet or scalp. So extract will be very, very useful. Ayurveda emphasizes the importance of eating fresh, unprocessed foods to nourish the body and promote healthy skin or skin health. So, why fresh? Nutrition and the nutrition value is optimal. Fresh food retain more vitamins, minerals, and antioxidant compared to processed or preserved food. Skin benefits, nutrient dense foods like fresh vegetable and fruits hydrate, and also they have plenty of fluid inside, so we need water. Digestive health, fresh foods are easier to digest. And in generally examples of fresh food for skin health, basically ripe mangoes, pomegranates, berries, vegetable, leafy green, spinach, cucumbers, zucchini, herbs, fresh turmeric root, cilantro, basil. So basically, looking at those, combine them, learn the art of cooking. Cooking with fresh ingredients is always good because it not only easy to absorb, but also you're able to extract all the nutrients out of it. So eating locally and seasonal fruits are always good. They align with the Ayurvedic principle of living in harmony with nature. So the locally grown food, they get the same five elements which I get: the same air, same water, same space, same heat in the environment. So basically, they will align with my nature or your nature. So in that case, locally grown food will be always good. Peak freshness and nutrient. Basically, the local produce is harvested at its peak time, ripening time. They're not coming from out of the country where they will be picked 2 weeks before and they're ripened with the use of chemicals. That's not the case. Lower environmental impact, and also support for local farmer. That's very important. Why seasonal eating? Seasonal food naturally aligned with the body's need. Winter root vegetables for warmth, water balance. Summer cooling fruits like melon, pitta balance. And spring, the light green to detoxify like kapha balance. So in that case, if we are eating according to our dosha, our body type, according to the season, locally grown fruits and vegetable, then definitely we will get the benefit of a good radiant skin and a perfect health. Prioritize freshness, select firm, ripe fruits and vegetables without blemishes. Avoid canned or frozen items unless necessary. This is only for emergency. Buy local and seasonal, good for seasonal produce charts to guide shopping. Support local farmers market, again co-op, and go organic if possible. Focus on organic options. Again, pesticide free, and don't look for something which has a lot of chemicals. Think sustainability, reduce meat consumption, opt for plant-based proteins like lentils or tofu, almonds, pistachios, walnuts. Those have good amount of protein. Sesame seed, good, chickpeas. Avoid food waste by freezing leftovers or composting scraps. So basically, this is very useful. The Aushadhi medicine we use when we know that we have some conditions. Let's go to something more prepared, more strong. Skin health, skin tone, blood cleanse plex, neem plex, vitamin D, copper, bringraj, amla, giloy. For digestive health, triflaplex, triflagugulu is very useful. Saffron, very important, rich in carotenoids, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, anti-nociceptive, and excellent for heart health. Again, rest depends on the other because some people have multiple conditions. So in that case, we had to look for everything else. And with that, I'll stop here. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for paying attention. Any question you have, definitely. And if you have certain condition, then you must seek the help of your healthcare provider. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kaushik. Would anyone like to ask the doctor a question?
I have a
Anybody?
question, Dr. K. You mentioned not pistachios for pita. Why is
Yes.
that?
It's very warming. So people use these all around the year, and especially in the winter, we don't recommend for pitta individual. Even the summertime, pitta I have enough heat. Pistachios sometime when they eat a lot. For example, if you're eating four, five, six, 10, plenty. But there are individuals when they start eating, they keep eating, and when you eat half a cup of pistachio, sometime they may have little blisters in the lips or in the mouth. So it's very hot by nature.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question?
I have a question about skincare in the wintertime.
Mhm.
I often get cracks on my thumbs, and I'm wondering if you could recommend anything specifically for that. I try to keep hydrated and I try to use some natural hand lotions, but that doesn't always help. I have a humidifier.
So number one thing is in the winter, and basically, if you are a Vata person, then it will be good to use the almond oil. So in the almond oil, if you also blend some neem oil, because with the cracks, if the cracks are only on the thumb, not anywhere else,
Mhm.
so there could be something else under that skin. So we like to add some neem in case there are some bacteria, there are some parasites. So then we blend neem oil with the with almond oil, and when the neem oil has a specific smell, then we like to add vitamin C rich amla oil, which also have very good fragrance. So combination of these three definitely will be helpful.
Okay, thank you. And you recommend warming the oils?
Warming the oil, yes, because
Okay,
it's happening in the winter. Winter is already cold, and
you.
so in that case, warm a little bit. So if you don't want to put that on the stove, you have this the boiling water, and you put this oil in a cup and put that cup in the water. That will warm in a few minutes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? Okay. Dr. Kaushik's next presentation is Eating in Harmony with Nature, the Muscular System. And this online program will take place on Tuesday, April 8th from 7 to 8 p.m. You can register on our library's calendar or by emailing me, donald@adult@paulinglibrary.org. Thank you, Dr. Kaushik. Thank you, everyone, for
Done.
joining
Thank
us
you,
for
everyone.
this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
A good
Thank
night
you.
to all.
Good night.